What's up, everyone? Just making these binge videos, getting these off the list. It is what, 2 a.m. 2:16 here. Hi, my birthday, February 16th. No way. Lets me know I'm on the right track for sure. So, whether you want to watch my videos or not, I'm just doing this out of obedience to the Lord, and hopefully to lead you to Jesus Christ, because if you die without Jesus, I'm telling you, you're going to hell. But the thing is, God is so loving, so merciful. He warns everyone. Everyone. Like, God is not going to create you and, just make you destined for hell. Like, that's not a fair God. He has to make a way out, and he does. But he told me that the reason why we have a free will to love him, the reason why people go to hell is because we have a choice to love God. If we didn't have a choice to love God, we would be just like the grasshopper. We would be just like the cow that just eats, drinks, and sleeps, We wouldn't have, nothing would be special about us, really. It would just be like every other animal. I mean, even though we're not animals, we'd be just like the animals. Just pretty much just instinctual. And so that's why people end up in hell, is because he wants us to choose to love him. And from God's vision, he sees everybody loving him. He sees things as they were and as they are and as they could have been. And so he sees all angles. So he sees that if someone would have accepted Jesus Christ, he sees how their life would have turned out. And he also sees, things they could have done different and this and that, right? That's what's going to happen at the Great White Throne Judgment, when everyone is delivered up from hell and they're going to stand before God. God is going to tell them everything they've done wrong in their life because they're being judged. And he's going to tell them what they could have done different, to be better. I mean, who wants to be corrected? I mean, it's one of the worst feelings in the world. So imagine that, and then you're cast into lava forever. Like, oh my goodness. So this dream, I had these two demonic dreams, and they were just as real, if not more real, than this life. Like, I had dreams every single night. Last night, my dream, it was literally in some people, my old friends or something. We were like rummaging through this house, and it was like not fully built, but the owner came in. I was escaping like the whatever he was telling them. It was just so interesting, but it felt super long. So, I mean, if I told you guys dreams I have every night, I tell you I have over 5,000 videos. So these two demonic dreams, the first one was about, I mean, I know you don't want to hear this stuff, but this is something the Lord wants me to put on YouTube. I saw baby body parts boiling in blood. And the other one was of a house that had some kind of power in it, demonic power that was going on. I'll tell you about them right now. This first one, I think it'll make sense if I drew it. Yeah, so I had this demonic dream of baby body parts boiling in blood. And this blood was like raging, boiling, like the anger of Satan, just raging. Like, you put chicken in hot grease. I mean, it was like that times 100. And there were these baby body parts, right? So it was like my dream. My dream, I was just like skimming by, like, and I was just watching over like a drone, and I was just going over, and the way it looked was like everything was all red and black, like just blood and fire and heat, And it was like, whoa, it was so hot. And inside there were like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There were like 6 crates, and inside of them was raging, boiling blood with baby body parts. And it was like raging with anger, like a vengeance. And I couldn't understand why I had that dream. To this day I look back like, and there was another dream I had where I was across the street from a house, and across the street And this house I was looking at that was across the street was kind of like a mansion. And in the yard was this pig. It was a pig. And out of nowhere, okay, something told me when I was in this dream, I'm just giving you the quick glimpses of it because these dreams feel more real than this life, and I have to talk about it. And as I'm looking at this house, like in my spirit, I perceived there's the devil, like the devil's in that house. Like that house belongs to Satan. There's darkness in that house. It's evil. And it was real quick though. And as I'm looking at the house, there was this pig in the yard. And this pig out of nowhere just was consumed with maggots. Like just, oh my God, like, oh. I mean, imagine maggots all over you, eating you alive. I mean, it just consumed it so fast. And like, it was so quick. And in my dream, I perceived that was like, man, this is like how hell feels like, just things of the spirit that the flesh cannot perceive or understand, you know? And it was so deep. And then this other dream I had was, I was, in my dream, it was kind of like my old house, similar. And it was like, kind of like how the dream starts out of nowhere. And the house had this strong energy, like in the middle of it. And the way it looked was electricity was, so imagine a house, right? You're looking at a house, but inside is like a ball of electricity, like a lightning ball of electricity, like in Pokemon, how it's just, some of these Pokemon have these superpowers of electricity, like Pikachu. And for some reason, like in my dream, I was being drawn to that. And guys, the feeling of it was so wicked, it was so evil. It was like electricity of evil, and it was trying to suck me in, and I was fighting it, and I was resisting it somehow. And it was so strong. It was like trying to resist two strong magnets from pulling together. Like once you get them so close, it's like real quick, right? And the strength of this was just so mind-boggling as to letting me know like the way the supernatural realm is, Oh, so amazing. And scary too at the same time, because I never experienced anything like this. So the purpose of it is to tell you, like, maybe about the forces of good and evil, and maybe if you go too far to one side, you get sucked in, good or evil, right? It's probably better to get sucked in the good. So I don't want to make this video too long. Just wanted to share those experiences with you real quick, and let you know how good God is. Like, if I told you how good God is, you would not believe me. He says it in His Word, He's thinking about you all the time. All the time. Everybody on earth, He is thinking about all the time. Simultaneously. You are on His mind. Everybody in hell, not on His mind. He sees it. God even delivers the torments unto them. But as long as you are on this earth, you have a chance, And that's the goodness of God, His thoughts towards you are as the sand of the sea. And they're all good. None are evil. Evil happens to you, but how can you have a life when you don't experience any kind of trouble? And some people experience great troubles, even until death. And some people live a long life with very little trouble. We all have our thorn in the flesh, per se. So, just wanted to share that with you out of love, and much love, y'all.